But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.
And it is Thursday night, and welcome to the Valken Debrief, episode number 54. And we are broadcasting live from the Sooner State of Oklahoma. So thank you all for joining the biggest budget live show in Airsoft. And yes, I'm on the road, man, we got lots of folks in the chat. We will get to everyone in just a moment. As always, I am the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance. And unfortunately, Darth Valken could not travel with me this week to come do the show. But we still have Holly back in Control Room B, and Two Strike Avery is joining us from our production crew. And tonight, my special co-host of the evening. And I just want to make sure, Holly, do we have connection to the Valken jet? We have a clear signal? You're saying we got a clear signal? We got a clear signal? All right, well, let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put away your tray tables. Bring your chairs to the fully upright position, because live from the Valken jet, here he is, Andrew A-Train Holm from YouTube. What's up, Train?
Good evening. Thursday night on the Debrief, Kaiju. Are we doing this? Is this happening?
People have been asking for it. People have been asking for it, to put you and I back in the driver's seat once more.
You did. You got to co-host the Valken Core Live, and that was awesome. Everybody said, we want more Kaiju. Well, so I'm glad to be sitting in the co-pilot seat tonight. You've got a great show planned.
Oh, we do. We do have a great show planned tonight, and thank you. You're very humbling. I love you, and it's my honor. Even though it hurts our budget so bad to have you on our show, because man, your writer costs a lot of money to get you on the show.
We got bills to pay.
I know, right? So,
but you guys are growing though. You guys have got. You are the biggest show in Airsoft.
That's right. We are the
longest running.
Longest running.
Sweetest smelling. You're gluten free. What else? Dolphin safe.
But we don't have floofs like you do. You've got the floofs.
No, we've just added floofs.
You jumped on the floofs first. And speaking of jumping, everybody, you got to share the broadcast. We got to get 50 live viewers in the show tonight. 50
Easy,
live
you're halfway
viewers.
there.
I know, we're halfway there, 21. So just hit that share button. I'm gonna pull up my phone here. Who should I tag? Oh, I'm gonna tag.
I'm gonna tag Josh.
Danarchy. Get him in here. Man, I wonder if. I gotta get Ron Mexico. Where is? Mrs. Kaiju just popped in. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble now. So just tag your friends. Oh, Top. I'm gonna tag Top. Get him in here. Tag your friends. It's so easy. Look, me and Train are doing it right now. We're doing it.
It's easy. You want to share the broadcast, guys. This is an actual high budget broadcast. A lot goes into this that you'll never see. So not being greedy is really important. We got a lot of new people in the chat tonight. We got some of the usual suspects. Bacon, Veritas, Jeff Pittman, Jesse Lopez, James Lindsay from Infected Paintball. Welcome to the Debriefers.
Woo! We got big ballers in the house.
Philip Walters. Man, you've got a bunch of people. Jeff Thompson.
Man, we're already up to 30. 20 more, and somebody's going to get a pair of Valken Kilo gloves, man.
JJ Jaeger. And real quick, who was the teacher's pet? The overachiever of the night.
The overachiever of the night. Has to go out to my BFF, Woodcock. He was first. He's supposed to be driving down to Playas, New Mexico for Operation Copperhead by American Nilsson, but he's in here watching the show instead. That's a true BFF right there.
And if you're not first, you're last.
That's right. You can just call me El Diablo. It means fighting chicken.
Yeah, Spanish for a fighting chicken.
Yes, and you're my magic man. So, and we also have another tradition here on the show called the Hammer Comment of the Night. Train, can you kind of tell our viewers what that means?
You bet. If you're not even interested in the show, or if you get distracted, one of the most entertaining things, you can cancel cable. You do not need hundreds of channels. All you need to do is watch the chat in the Valken Debrief. It is savage. It is glorious and spectacular in many ways. Every time you comment, it counts. We're actually watching the chat. This is live, and Kaiju and I, and we'll get to Mod, can see everything you're typing. So keep it clean, keep it funny, and keep it coming. You definitely, if you get us to crack up, and the hammer changes, who is the most savage at any time. Again, keep it clean, keep it able to be read and or reposted, and you can get all the glory that comes with being the hammer.
And a perfect hammer comment of the night. Mr. Pittman's already in there saying, in a free market capitalist society, Jade and Destiny should be able to apply their trade to earn money.
And yeah, he's going to up the scale. Some of these boys are no joke. So
I know, right? I know. So that's
you want the glory of being the hammer comment, and that's going to continue all night. Like
yes.
we will stop this bus and announce a new hammer comment. We're watching.
And also, if you guys and gals want to support the show, Avery, what are you doing with the name tag up there? Get that down, Avery. There we go. Avery, I know you're on 2 strikes. Not quite. But buy a shirt. Go to ValkenAlliance.com and go to our store, to our front page, and you can buy one of these wonderful shirts. Join the Alliance. Or the As Seen on Valken Debrief, because tonight's show is brought to you by the Valken Alliance. Train, what is the Valken Alliance?
The Valken Alliance is a super secret boy band of I'm just kidding. The Valken Alliance is actually the largest network of like-minded airsoft players in the world. It is a great way to connect for networking, impact, advocacy, and just getting together. So it is free to join. You can join at www.valkenalliance.com. There's blogs. The Valken Alliance helps produce this program. So,
and after I sign up, Train, where do I go after I sign up? Does it just stop there, or do I got to go somewhere else?
No, actually, you sign up, that's the first thing, and then you'll get directed to, and you should probably look for your regional Facebook pages. So, Holly, if you could throw those on the screen. The regional Facebook pages are not buy, sell, trade. There's no monkey business really on there. It's all business. It's where the event's happening, who's going, and it's just a way to connect with other people. For example, next week I've got to travel into the Midwest, and I'm from the South, so I put out that I'm headed to an event, and everybody says, "Oh, you can come stage with us," because the most important ingredient in airsoft is actually people.
Yeah, people. Yeah. You got to support, build that community, and we're going to be talking about your local community later tonight, but we're going to cut to a quick commercial about the Valken Kilo gloves. Again, we've gotten up to 35 live viewers. We've got to get 15 more to get up to 50. Then one of you lucky commenters in the chat is going to win a pair of our new Valken Kilo gloves. And if you're wondering what those are, check out this quick commercial, and we'll be right back.
This is House Gamers. You're watching the Valken Debrief.
And welcome back to episode number 54. And as you can see, episode 54, and we are in studio 77 and a third. It's a third because they didn't get finished in time. Somebody didn't bring the booger sugar that they love so much. And so if you hear some construction in the background, if you hear the foreman yelling at somebody in the background, just ignore it. We're just keep moving on. You know, our intern Avery is doing her best to keep the noise level out for us. Okay, but we have our special guest, Gus Dossey.
What's going on, guys?
From Oklahoma Jaegers, call sign Gumble.
Yes,
Gumble.
sir.
And actually, speaking of refreshments, Avery.
Avery, excuse me,
Oh,
please.
yes. Oh, look at these. Look at hot, fresh baked cookies there. Right there. Check those out. Those are awesome. And bottle. They have sweat on them. They're condensated. They're gonna Avery, wipe those off and bring them back. Oh my gosh. They're dripping all over the equipment here. We can't have that. Oh my goodness. So, Train, you still there, right?
I'm reading the comments. Everybody's giddy over the gloves.
Oh, nice. Who joined us over the break there, Train?
Caleb. A couple of these I'm gonna mess up. Rajiv. No, I think I nailed that one. Jimmy Armstrong, Brent Rowe, RJ from Paintball, Indiana, and Spec Ops, Indiana is in here. A couple field owners. Caleb. I mean, we've got a menagerie of.
A menagerie,
yeah,
not to be confused with a menage.
But I will tell you, we're almost to 50. If everybody just tags.
Oh, we're at 42. Oh my gosh.
Guys, we can get to 50, 10 more.
Yes, Javier from One Grit's Opinion. These cookies are made from cobra eggs. They are. That's why they're shaped this way.
There it is.
That's what cobra eggs are shaped like, right there. They're not oval. Those are chicken eggs. Cobra eggs are round. That's what they are. Mrs. Kaiju said they can't eat those carbs and stop being so mean to Avery. Avery!
Yes, James, I called you Jimmy.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. So,
Jesus.
Cookies bring people to the dark side, says Jeff Murphy. That is awesome. So, events tonight are being brought to you by D-Day Adventure Park right here in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
And, oh my gosh, Train, I forgot our mod. I forgot that to acknowledge.
Hey, I'm just saying on our show, mod is number one.
Yes. Well, you have.
I don't know how you do it in your neighborhood.
But you've got number one mod. I've got mod 2.0.
Yeah, you've got like AAA mod.
Yeah,
Major
but
League mod right here.
Our mod is still awesome. Give it up.
Yes.
Punch those hearts just like this. Pull up your phone. Bam. Yeah. Oh, we hit 50. We hit 50, 52.
Oh,
look at
unbelievable.
Keep
Keep going.
100.
You guys are 100.
We can do 100.
Tell you what, at 100, you should give away an ASL.
No.
Oh, Train. He's pulling out the big guns.
I already said it.
No, not an ASL. Because we're actually giving away an ASL with a full stock dock at the event this weekend. But
what about people that can't go to the event?
Well, why aren't you here?
Well, that's the thing. Remember last week?
That was a great show.
If we hit 100 viewers tonight, we will send you an Airsoft Innovations 40 mic grenade. Banned.
Okay.
in 80% of the United States. Straight up. So you'll have like a unicorn that you can never use. But if we get to 100, I will send an Airsoft Innovations 40 mic grenade to somebody.
It'll look great on the gun.
And you know what? I'll add an ASL to it.
Ooh.
Oh,
we got a big pot, guys.
Oh,
I mean,
100.
100 is
A
asking
gun and a
little
grenade.
for this. You know,
We
what I'm
got to
saying?
do it. We got to do it. So
Cool. Commercial.
He said commercial.
Hey, we gotta pay
Hit
for
it.
it somehow.
Hit it right now.
No, and the sponsor of tonight's events are D-Day Adventure Park right here in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. They are the sponsor of our events tonight. And Gumble.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. He is a country boy. I'm very sorry.
I'm very hick, people. I'm sorry. This is like backwoods racing.
He's not a hit person. He's people. Like Walmarts, plural, with an S. Okay, so he's going to do our events right here, and Holly's going to be bringing up the first one there. So Gumble, go ahead.
First and foremost, we got War Games Oklahoma. Obviously, this weekend, September 1st and 2nd in the Midwest region.
Did you hear that? War Games.
War Games.
More than one.
War
Games.
There will be multiple year after year. At D-Day Adventure Park at Wyandotte, Oklahoma. We also have Ops Sleeping Giant, which is sold out for September 7th through 9th, Midwest region, Airsoft Republic event. Chantu Air Force Base, decommissioned, sorry. I am going to murder most of these, just so y'all know. At Ranatu, Illinois. Let's see, Operation Narcos, September 15th. Pacific region, Op Lion Claw event, Santa Movie Ranch, Octon, California. Operation X5, Enemy at the Gates, is September 22nd and 23rd in the Northeast region, Lion Claw event, Fort Mammoth, New Jersey. Anyone who signs up for the Valken Alliance after you purchase your ticket for Operation X5, can get a $20 rebate on either ticket. $20 is $20, but if you but you have to email Bob after you sign up for your rebate. This guy, hit him up. Killing Fields 5, Death of a Giant, September 28th and 29th, Southern Region, presented by Texas Milsim Association at 878 Airsoft in Waxahachie, Texas.
Folks, on behalf of Valken Sports, real quick, we have to have a small disclaimer. Valken Sports, its partners and affiliates are not responsible for the absolute butchering of your names, events, cities, and locations. Thank you. Please continue.
You were warned. You were warned. Midwest Airsoft Youth League Year 1 event, ages 10 through 18, is October 6th in the Midwest region at Center Mass Airsoft, Kansas City, Kansas. Got that one right. We also got...
Dude, you went from like there and you skipped those two and...
yeah, right. My bad. Back up. Sorry.
So we're
sorry.
Yeah, we're right there. We're right there.
Heist Charity Op 2018. Whoops. September 30th, Appalachian Region, Robin Hood Paintball and East Coast Airsoft event at Robin Hood Paintball. Havre de Grace, Maryland. I'm a Southern boy. I can't even begin on that one. Oscar Mike 2018, October 5th through 7th, is in the Southern region. Centurion Milsom event, Blakely, Georgia. And okay, now we're back to the Midwest. Midwest Airsoft Youth League, Year 1, ages 10 through 18, October 6th, Midwest region. At Center Mass Airsoft, Kansas City, Kansas. Faluda Gap Airsoft.
Faluda.
God, Jesus. They're never going to let me live this down, guys.
Folda
Gap.
Faluda.
Hey, I got most of them right.
Bye, Faluda.
Folda Gap Airsoft Scenario, October 12th through 14th, Appalachian Region. Command Decisions Warfare Center in Taylorsville, North Carolina. We also have the Airsoft Con 2018, October 20th, Pacific Region, evite.com, and Alhambra, California. There we go. And Operation Treefall, November 2nd through 4th in the Southern Region, Hard Strike Milsim event. Kissatachi National Forest, Louisiana.
That is correct. And that's our event update brought to you by D-Day Adventure Park. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, this is Chris from Enola Gay, and you're watching the Valken Debrief.
ABS, precision made in Taiwan. And we are back to episode number 54, and I think we. Oh, what's going on there?
I feel like we got some kiki going.
Oh, I gotta hit the heart button. I gotta hit the heart button for that. Train is doing it to me.
Multiple hearts for the train.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh my lord.
Oh, that was hilarious. Man, let's see. Oh, we got Jared Ringwood from Disposable Heroes in the house.
DH.
That's right. Jeff Wood says, "Gumble, you're fired."
Yep. My own team members are firing me. That's when you know it's bad.
James Lindsay says, "Blame the Cobra egg cookies."
They had a little bite to them. I'm feeling a little wavy here.
Whoa! Kevin Perini's bringing it. Faluda. That's Florida's cousin that they don't talk about.
All right, you got me.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
If they want to see that video, Kaiju, where can they see it in glorious high definition?
Oh my lord.
And ad free. Just
what?
It's ad free. No ads.
What?
Yeah, you don't have anything popping up on your
that?
screen. I know. You don't have to wait 15 seconds before you can skip or... No, it's ad free. So head on over to YouTube /Valken Video. YouTube.com/Valken Video. That's our YouTube channel. You can see that video in full glorious high definition.
I'm being unanimously put back to recruit status on my team based on that performance a minute ago. So I hope it was all worth it for everybody.
Oh, Gus, it's harder than it looks once you get put on the spot, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and then I can't read. I'm from the South, so it happens.
No, you're Southern, not stupid. I think you did a great job, man.
See Avery waving at you. The camera's that way. Ignore all this down here.
It's so interesting, though.
I know, right? So tonight, we are going to be talking about playing locally. So,
yes, sir.
Everybody watching, you got questions or comments about playing locally, throw them out in the chat, get you all warmed up. To get us warmed up, here's 2 trivia questions for the chat group.
Ooh.
Let's see if they can get them. Who knows where the name Oklahoma came from? That's the first one. Oklahoma, where it came from and what it means. And who is a famous broadcaster? Because we are the biggest Airsoft live broadcast in Airsoft. Which famous broadcaster came from Oklahoma? So we'll let y'all think about that. And while you're thinking about that, a little caveat. We're not here to diss or bash national event producers, We're just going to dissect the differences about playing locally and big game venues.
Yes, sir.
You know, I mean, we're all got, you know, brotherly love here, no homo. You know, so we're not here to put anybody down. But our focus is, you know, playing locally and how that compares to event producers. So let's go to the chat train. See anybody answer our questions?
Actually, we had another question. I'm still trying to catch up on those. RJ says, how do we get our events on the show, guys? We have events monthly and would love to share it on here. How can they get their events on the Valken Debrief?
So you just have to share the Facebook event page in a messenger to Valken Airsoft or send it to me by email, bmanor@valken.com. You got to have a Facebook event page. If there's no Facebook event page, I'm sorry. I don't read Crayon. I don't read First Grader unless it's my own. It's got to be a Facebook event page because then people can like it. They can subscribe, get all the updates. We can share it on the show. We can share it amongst all the Valken Alliance regional pages and get the word out there. But it has to be a Facebook event page.
I mean, it's 2018. Let's work smarter, not harder. So they can send, RJ, you can send a Facebook event link to the show or to Valken Airsoft. That was one of the questions. Nobody's actually answered where Oklahoma came from. I did a little Google. I mean, I'm getting some fake news, I think, but it says it's an ancient Indian word meaning striped owl monkey.
They should almost win just for creativity.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to fact check that, but we'll more as that comes in. And quick happy birthday to Audra.
Oh yes, happy birthday, Audra. We always love Audra. No, it means. Do you know what it means?
I actually don't. Lived here my whole life.
Oh my god.
No idea. Have no idea.
You've just lost your play local card.
I know. It's
no 10 punch free play for you.
I'm a Sooners fan.
Well, I don't know if that counts.
I mean, it kind of counts. Like 10%, maybe.
Red. From the Choctaw Indians.
Okay. Well, I'm Cherokee, so that makes sense.
Oh my gosh. Red people?
Is that where Crimson came from?
I don't know. Is that
Celeb Chad Carter just joined.
Oh, nice. Oh. And the famous broadcaster, Paul Harvey.
Oh, no kidding.
And now you know the rest of the story. He's from Oklahoma.
Huh.
Very awesome broadcaster.
So is Garth Brooks. Isn't Garth Brooks from Oklahoma?
Yep.
And Toby Keith. Toby Keith as well.
You listen to that? Yeah, see?
Oh, hey, I mean, if I'm gonna be messing up cue cards, I gotta know something. I mean.
Oh, Marcel is saying LZ Airsoft Field opens October 20th in Fountain, Colorado. What? That's in my backyard, Marcelo. Marcelo from Steel Reapers Milsim. And so we're going to get started here talking about local. So before there were event producers, all we had was local fields. Why do you guys think event producers started hosting events outside their local area?
Try to expand their field. Bring more attention to the games and the sport as a whole. I mean, you can only build off so much in your own areas. You all got to connect and help each other. Help each other get bigger, better. That's the way the way I look at it is the way our team and everything. We try to make everybody, bring new people in, help our local fields, help our local events. We go all over the place, and it's a blast. Honestly, if y'all aren't doing it, you need to. You get to meet some great, just awesome off the wall people doing this sport and going out to all these events and everything.
What about you, Train, on the big baller side? Because I mean, what are some of like the big events that you guys have?
We have a lot of the similar events, and there's some that Airsoft have that are just Airsoft specific, and there's some that paintball have that are just paintball specific, like the leagues and whatnot. But playing locally, like before event producers, all you had was skirmishes. And so the local fields would host these big games. And eventually word would get out. And that's when you had forums and bulletin boards and MySpace. Do you remember your friend Tom?
Yeah, Tom's a good guy.
We gave up on Tom. We're bad friends. But you'd hear about it. And pretty after a little while, even when you started playing whatever your sport was, you get bored. And you'd hear some other guys went to the field next door, and they might have a big game going on with a couple hundred people in June. Well, then in July, your field's going to have a big game, and you started like playing a circuit. And with the advent of social networking and the media, now we have all this information right there. So you can find out. A lot of people can't travel across the country. A lot of teenagers don't. What's that?
That's all. It gets expensive, that's for sure.
No, it does get expensive, and that's why you want to build not only your calendar, but you want to build your sphere of influence and your friends. And that's one of the things. It's going to sound like a plug, but I did it for years, using the Valken course system to find other people to ride, which is the paintball side of the.
And that happened.
Valken Alliance.
That just happened this morning on the War Game Oklahoma page. Somebody's truck broke down.
Oh, absolutely.
And they were like, posted in the event, chat, hey, can somebody pick me up? Can somebody give me a,
like my truck won't make it or whatever else the situation was. And I think that post was on there for 30 seconds and got 25 comments coming in.
Well, and then you get to go to the big games, which makes them bigger. And now you do have some promotions. And the local fields, there's some people that only go to the large events, and the local fields are struggling. Now they still get birthday parties and rental groups and regulars, but that's where you cut your teeth. That's where you dial in your new stuff. When you buy new gear, you don't take it and test it out at the big game.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're my son Spaz, his very first airsoft experience was 2 years ago. Reindeer Games.
God, that's a good one.
16.
What a spoiled brat.
Yeah, you were UFS. I was PSA commander, and my son Spaz, first airsoft experience was straight up Milsim on Fort Hood, Texas, at Boaz Mount Site.
Boy, that is a sight to go on your first one. I mean, that is a sight right there.
Well, Gus, one of the things about being one of our kids or our wives is, there's just certain things. My wife goes, I've never shot like rental grade paint. I'm like, oh my God, you're spoiled.
Yeah.
James Armstrong says soon, airsoft event producers will pay out entire cities for a Milsim event.
I'd like to see it.
That would be epic.
Well, pretty much American Nilsson does it for, oh my gosh.
Is it Copperhead?
No, it's in Roosevelt, Oklahoma.
Oh, ESR. ESR 19 coming up.
I mean, that's about like a 8-block radius. Town. They've done it in the entire town.
So many cars out there.
Rest in peace, Faluda.
I know, guys. I know. Give it to me. I need it.
My first experience was David Ree.
Oh Lord.
Mine was.
Gosh, James Armstrong, bring in the hammer. Bring in the hammer.
Man.
So we can all agree that big events cost more money to attend. I mean, you've got, higher cost ticket, you got to travel, fuel, or some people fly, depending on the distance, hotel,
your rule setups and everything.
Yeah, etc.
The right gear and all that.
So what, training, Gus, what do you think, even though it costs more money, what is the allure of event producers hosting big games? I mean, what are they providing for your dollar at that high price point that local fields or hosts cannot?
I think it really just comes down to the sheer name of that company and how much they're able to provide based on their brand as it is. I guess they it's hard for some of these smaller events to go and rent out somewhere like Fort Hood, for example, and not know whether they're going to get the player base to come down and do it. So a lot of them, it's kind of a fear factor of, do you really want to take this chance and put too much into it and end up going negative in in your account, or making it not working out the way you want to. Sometimes that really damage, that confidence level of, some of these smaller vendors that are or smaller vendors and event coordinators are trying to get things going. I think a lot of it really dials down to, just the allure of they got it down, they got their process, they got, that you're going to get your information you want, and then you also have the public outcry of go to this one, go to this one, go to this one, and a lot of times some of the smaller events are overlooked, even though they may be, just as awesome as some of the other more expensive events. I think it's just they got more money to throw at it.
Oh, look. It's raining confetti. The confetti, that's Holly's signal for us to share the broadcast.
Share.
So let's share that broadcast. Tag your friends, get some more folks in here. The party confetti, we got to make it a party. So we got to get more folks in here. There we go.
I like to party. No, I like to party.
You totally sound like that
guy.
What about you, Train?
Airsoft T-shirt with a bottle of Signum.
What about you, Train? What do you think is the allure to go to these big events, even though cost a lot of money?
I mean, they're so spectacular. One of the jobs is to make them spectacular. It's to break you out of the skirmish. When you go play locally, and again, I don't downplay it. That's where I get most of my playing done, is locally. But to go to the events, they're promoted, so there's all the hype. And if you buy into that hype, I think one of the biggest things, and it goes back to something we said earlier, is the most important ingredient in the game is people. So everyone wants to be where the cool kids are. If it's the tactical challenge for Operation Lion Claws, or if it's
a prison in Florida.
Oh my gosh! And I ran back.
Nods. Everybody.
My paintball. Well, no, my paintball friends, Gus, were like, "Where are you this weekend?" I'm like, "Dude, look at my phone!" And we went to a prison.
We didn't get locked behind a door.
Oh,
it was nuts.
You made me start sweating a little bit there.
Oh, it was really cool. In insane asylums and the old Packard plant in Detroit. So either it's a unique location or it's something you can't normally get. Now, sometimes they'll use your local field and just add props and missions, and sometimes that's even a little bit more. So I think there's different levels from just writing a scenario or writing a mission-based skirmishes, which are still great. It just gives you a little more. So I think that's what they provide.
Yeah.
Just
and
the toy in the bottom of the cereal box.
Yes, or the Cracker Jack box.
There you go.
There you go.
Cracker Jacks.
James Lindsay, he summarizes it. Just what you said, Train. Big games bring more people. Local games are about 20 to 30, which are still fun, but 200 to 400 people, you just times 10 the fun.
Yeah.
Roll tide over everybody.
That's what we like to call a target-rich environment.
Yes. Team killing is a good thing.
Team killing is
blue on blue. It happens.
No.
Hey, I don't care what kill it is. I still count it.
RJ actually has a good comment. My 2 cents, as a local airsoft indoor and outdoor commercial field, we get a lot of negative feedback from backyard fields. Airsoft is growing extremely fast and needs fields to introduce new people, Seymour, new people into the game. My field, for example, have over 50 rentals, upgrades, and spend tons on advertising and giveaways on events. Now my question is, why would the community frown upon commercial fields?
I don't think they would.
I think honestly, I think a lot of that just kind of stems from when you are as you say, quote, a backwoods, company or something like that. They're in their startup phase. So seeing somebody that's taking it to a new level, or someone's been setting somewhere and now they're starting to do something that's more commercial and more broad, kind of makes them fear that they're not going to get get their people. Or
what I've seen, to piggyback on that, what I've seen is the elitists. And yes, I'm going there. The elitists that influence BB Wars, that will say, oh, don't go to that field, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you just throw in all this negativity, but they haven't never even played at that field themselves.
Yeah.
It's just, they have it stuck in their paradigm that field is not good because they have third-party or second-hand information of a friend of a friend of a friend or whoever, and it's just like, maybe the ref just wasn't having a good day that day, and that ref with that group for that scenario, just something happened. It's you have, and that's what's toxic to action shooting sports as a whole. You get these elitists, whether they're a paintballer or airsofter, that try to push their beliefs on the younger or uneducated crowd on pew-pew wars.
And I mean, it's like you said, that it's the elitists. They got this "I can do no wrong" mindset. So if they go to check it out at all and they get told someone says they're not calling their hit or whatever else, and then the ref says something to them about it, which is what the ref should do, then all of a sudden, this feels bad because you said something about me and I just don't like it, so I'm going to badmouth you to my 2,000 followers.
So let's think about Gus and Kaiju, the 80% to 90% that we're overlooking. We always overlook. I just bought my first gun, my friend's airsoft, I want to get into it. I think there's an airsoft place, but I don't have any friends to go, or I want to check it out. And who brings them? Mom.
Yeah.
So is mom going to want to go to somebody's, along RJ's thing, and this ties into something else that we can think about, or I think it's a maxim, it's just an established point, but you're not really selling to the first-time player. You're selling to mom.
Yeah.
And mom wants to see signage, safety, a credit card machine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That this is a safe place. And that's what the difference between fields, established fields, and proper brick and mortar businesses, besides somebody running out of their back garage.
Yeah.
Right? So those places have insurance. The waivers hold up. There's a lot to it. There's safety netting, there's plexiglass for spectators, there's maintenance, and I won't get into the cost of running a business, but I do think you have to support the local stores. Where are these people going to get their first little $100 AEG, right? Where are they going to learn it's okay to make your mistakes there? Because there's other people around watching.
And the last thing you need to be doing to these people that are trying to come in that have no idea of what they're doing or anything else is for them to be buying, a rinky-dink Walmart gun to come out there and play, and then you downing them because they got a terrible gun, instead of making these people feel bad and making these newcomers feel that they are not welcome because they don't have the $2,000 worth of gear that a lot of us, more experienced and been in it for years players have. Is that's the last thing we want to do is run those people off. Those people are they're the lifeblood of all this, because eventually we're all going to get too old to be out here doing this.
Yeah.
It's consumer. It's a consumer-based industry, right?
And hold on there, Train. Speaking of running people off, Dave DeMoro from Temple Airsoft down in Texas, says, with our state, with so many promoters in the state, means that there is a major game in the state of Texas practically every week, which has resulted in over 25 fields going under in the last few years.
It's saturated.
Texas is a hot zone. Let's
take a vote. Viewers in the chat, yes or no, do you think that the U.S. market is oversaturated with national event producers? Yes or no? And if you have comment, share your comment. Yes or no, do you feel that event producers, it's oversaturated in the U.S. market? While you're thinking about that, let's talk about the yo-yo effect.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
Mike Johnson is watching from a high school football game halftime. Lacey says, "Roll Tide." I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Oh, Bama fan.
Oh, Big G in the house.
And Gino is up in here.
Oh.
Yep.
No, and on that, it's gun shaming. That's a whole different thing. I'm just talking about when people want to get into airsoft, taking them to one of these hardcore mil sims or ops or anything. I don't think that's the way to get them in. I travel the country and get to play. I play with a Mod M AEG
there you go.
and go on a killing spree.
You are the ASL Mod M Mafia. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So
so the whole thing about you got to have all the cool gear. No, it's not the gun. You just suck.
No,
Yeah.
I've literally had, when I first started playing, the same type of things kind of happened to me, and I was using, actually my very first gun was a Valken battle machine. And I mean, I was going in and staying, toe to toe with, all the, what was considered the top guys, I guess, when I first started playing, but I had played paintball forever before I started doing airsoft. So I kind of had an idea of how to flow and what to do as far as, first person shooter, PvP type stuff. But you're absolutely right as far as it all goes. And that's something that our team, as a whole, really stands for. Like I said, we're based out of the Oklahoma City area. We heavily support our local store and our local field, which is T1 Airsoft. Shout out to you guys. But we are constantly going to their mini events. They actually have a mini event that's called East versus West, which is it's done at their outdoor course. It's a full 40-acre course, so you can't fit 200 people on there, obviously, at least not without it being overcrowded. But a good 50-on-50 game is about max what you can really get out there and really be able to kind of move around. We go out and do those and do all their mini events that they have in between all these big milsims that we're going out to, out of state and all around the Midwest and all these regions out here. And the whole time that we're doing that, every time that we're finding these new players coming in, these people, like we actually have our Facebook page and we try to point people our direction. For the exact reason that if they've never played before or mom and dad are worried about it or whatever else, a lot of times parents are a lot more comfortable when you have some elitist guys that's willing to not be in pain about the whole situation. Kind of take these younger players under their wing and be like, look, we got these guys behind, he'll just stand behind us and shoot people. We'll take all the BBs for him.
Yep.
It's like,
and you've got to have somebody that invites you to that bigger game. There's got to be a reason you go, because imagine if those 50-on-50, let's say even half of those kids that only play skirmishes just went to one of these major milsims like in Oklahoma. They might show up unprepared.
Yeah. And to get back to our question, is the U.S. market oversaturated with national event producers? Jason says no. Josh says no. Marcelo says no. Austin says no. Caleb says no. Bowdy Miller, 50-50. Brandon, the first to say yes, it is oversaturated. James, nope. Yes, Jeffrey, not in our area. So a lot of no's. So
I would say and it may just be because that I'm Oklahoma based, so we're kind of centrally based, and to be honest, it may seem like a little bit oversaturated kind of in this area, but I think that is just because literally every main event holder in the entire country has at least one event that's midwesternly located, or at least in this vicinity somewhere, or using Fort Hood or ESR or all these bigger spots we have out here that's immediately around this area. I think it kind of tends to make it seem like there's a lot more going on than what there actually is.
Yeah, and Jerry Touchstone, he adds on there, spending time with new players and teaching them tactics helps keep the local fields active with solid players as well. And Train, you were talking about these fresh new players, they just being fire hosed into a big scenario event is not necessarily the way to go, because it's going to ruin their first time experience. It's going to ruin the experience of the experienced players. So yeah, these local fields, that's where you're building them up. Teaching them the ropes, bringing them into your collective, and hey, they might be new prospects, plebes. Go ahead.
Jeff Thompson in the chat says he has 4 fields within a 2-hour drive, and they actually talk, so they don't overlap games and keep them a weekend apart. And I will tell you that there are some regions and some field owners that cooperate, even though they're your competition and you're competing for the same market and the same player. It often works when field owners say, okay, the one thing we don't own is the calendar, but being respectful, and that way there's enough for everybody to go around. It's the old theory of make the pie bigger, like NARF suggested. You have to grow and make the pie bigger. So bring your friends, bring your neighbors, bring somebody to airsoft. And you'll do that at a local field
Yep.
and a local business. But then there's enough for everybody. So it looks like there's a good discussion going on.
There is, and I just noticed another hammer comment of the night from Javier. And when I read this comment, many of you are going to understand fully what is being said. We have more great regional companies popping up now. They are taking market share away from the guys, calling their events the only MilSim event or the best MilSim event. They are doing it with hosting good, affordable events without the crapping on the everyone else show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, let's say, I kind of mentioned it a little bit. It really boils down to whether you like this person or get along with them or not. This as a sport, in order to keep growing and keep getting bigger and helping even the small guys and the bigger guys get bigger and, small guys come up, we got to work together. It has to be a teamwork thing. If everybody's fighting each other, everybody's constantly going against this guy or bad-mouthing this guy, either the market doesn't know where to go with their stuff because they don't know what's true and what's not, and B, it ends up causing this backlash to where you have these guys split over here, these guys split over here, this split over here. Then you just have your casual every timers that you have coming to your events all the time. That's like the big thing with War Games with me and Wade and Jeffrey setting up War Games was we wanted to create a game at a ticket price that, especially being our first year, that we were able to bring all aspects of the community in, whether it be somebody that's their first time MilSim or whether you've been to 20, 30 different MilSims. It doesn't really matter. We have a spot for you. We're not really so worried about all the details for this first year. We want to make sure that the game itself is great, the price is great, and you're not having to, sell a kidney to be able to go and, go there and still be able to buy some Enola Gays to throw around. I mean, that's honestly a big part of the fun too, is being able to toss some grenades and some stuff around. It's fun when things go bang. So,
and those are all really, really great points. So let's shift from, we've been talking a lot about the big event producers. Mm-hmm. Let's really focus on the local now.
Yeah.
The advantages of playing locally, first and foremost, you are supporting that local field owner stay in business.
Yeah.
And that's more than just a field fee. That's supporting them when they say field only BBs. That's supporting them when you're volunteering to be a referee. Mm-hmm. What are some other things, Train and Gus, that teams can do to support their local field?
Well, like I said, we're still in the learning curve to figure out what more we can do, what more we can help bring to our local area. But like I said, a lot of it is, make yourself accessible, guys. Don't build up this stigma that we're the end all be all and nobody can approach us because we're just that awesome. I said we don't want that at all as far as our name goes. We want people to come up. As a matter of fact, what I'm talking about,
bringing not your name. Like what you can do.
Yeah, to bring people to the field.
No, but I mean, you're not. What I'm trying to get at is, in Train, you know exactly where I'm going.
I know where you're going.
You know exactly. Here's the
things you can do.
Teams staying late after the field closes and cleaning up the field, repairing bunkers, cleaning the porta toilets.
Yeah.
Putting. Nobody wants to do the dirty jobs anymore.
That's my bad. I misunderstood. So,
there's an event in North Carolina where they make the airsofters ref the paintball event, Fold the Gap, and the paintball ref the airsoft event.
Wait, how'd you say that again? I got to remember. Fold the Gap.
Faluda.
Faluda Gap.
Oh, it's forever. Remember 8:30. Faluda.
Do you joke? Have you? I take it you've never been to Fold the Gap.
I have not, actually.
Clear your calendar. Do sleep on the couch in February, because the only two ways you're getting out of it is a wedding or death, or a birth of a child. Fold the Gap is a absolute must attend.
I've heard all kinds of good stuff about it, man.
Great.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's a must, and you'll get to it. But that's a great example of the teams, like the local house teams there. They referee all weekend, like the whole grind, the take your water out, to call the hits, the go through all the monkey business. Some of the airsofters really don't like the paintball side of it too. They're like, I'm getting messy and shot up, but they do it.
Yeah.
So it's helpful.
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest thing though, the absolute biggest thing is when you think you're saving a couple bucks buying online, you're not.
No.
Like, get it, just call up your local store. They're a dealer. They'll order it in. It'll be there in 2 days.
Yeah.
Or if you're slightly patient, you can have it brought in. Maybe they'll give you a little bit of a deal. And when you go to other fields, rep your home field.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing in paintball.
Yeah, we definitely try. So we, constantly, anytime we're going to little stuff, we wear our home field patches and stuff like that around just to kind of get that, publicity out. So I said, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question a minute ago, but like we do, all those aspects of it. If they need us to fill slots for one of their events. They need us to help us come and weed eat the outdoor field because it gets grown up. I mean, if you guys have been around Oklahoma at all, this grass gets tall quick. So we go out there and weed eat. We pick up trash. We help, park cars at some of the skirmish games. We actually have a couple of members on our team that are actually admins at the field. They go up there and do that. A lot of them will do it pro bono. Just go up there just to help out.
And I know like a lot of paintball teams, seeing field paint at a field. It's not uncommon.
Not at all.
But you go to an airsoft field and they say, oh, you got to use our field BBs. You got to buy the BBs from us. Airsofters flip the heck out. I'm sorry. They're ensuring it's biodegradable, especially if they're an outdoor field.
Yeah.
They're ensuring those BBs run smoothly through their rental guns. Okay? And it gives the field revenue to stay open. Otherwise, you are forced to have to pay to go to these big games or travel several hours to another local field. I mean, it's ammo. The field is not going to sell you crap ammo.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at an event and there's a kid with like a homemade Ziploc baggie. Who knows what's in it? It
probably all a variety.
Right. It could have seams. It could be non-bio, and it's on a field where animals graze when they're not playing, BB wars. It's like support your field, follow the rules, support them. It's great to do the skirmish stuff, and as well as do the big games. Train. What I know you've been watching the chat going on. Anything?
Yes, the rapper Got 'Em Rough from Chicago is in the McDonald's drive-thru. This is all true. Chicken's Tactical says, stop by the Chicken's Tactical tent at Fulda Gap. Andrew French is just in here watching. He says he's a paintballer. He's trying to convert it to 6mm. All the speech. And Dave Demereau says, cheap BBs ruined the gun. So again, there's a lot going in on here. You guys have got some really high numbers. And again, Lacey asks why you are ignoring him in front of your BB friends, Kaiju.
Lacey, I have love for you and your team. Oh my gosh. You guys were like probably, okay, the deplorables, right?
Yep.
Yep. See? Lacey's from the deplorables. First time I ever met this team was at Conflicts 4 this year at Blast Camp in Hobart, Indiana.
Blast Camp.
Gotta love a Nike missile base. This team did not go to play. They went to set up, help, whatever they when they were finished doing something, they would ask, "Hey, what else do you need done?" They were not there to play at all. And I see so many airsoft teams like going, oh, hey, how can we get free tickets, discounted tickets, free entry? No, the deplorables, great team. They up front, they're like, what can we do for you? We're going to just sign that check. We're going to sign a blank check for you right now. And we need more of that, not only at big games, but we need them at local fields. Yeah. Your time you can buy the world with money, but time is more valuable than money. And giving up your time is great. And Jeff Pittman, I'm not man. They are rolling on me hard. I'm not. Jeez,
Pittman's a savage.
I know. So,
here's a question, if I may, Gus.
Go ahead.
When did you sign up for the Valken Alliance?
Oh, actually, I signed up. That would be about 3 weeks ago now.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. I usually check before you get in the door, but okay, continue.
Too late. I'm in now.
So, I've also noticed more and more local fields hosting big scenario days, not just skirmish days, those 10-minute on-offs, but scenario days. Do you think that they're trying to, compete with those event producers to show them, hey, we can provide, quality events, like a full day of scenarios at a much lower price?
Absolutely. It really, I think, is the way the industry is kind of changing a little bit. Is even some of the newer guys they start seeing Milsim videos or something on YouTube, and they immediately want to go, well, that's what I want to do. So their idea of a skirmish is not quite what they're wanting to fulfill. But like I said, do they need to jump right into a big skirmish right off the bat? Like I said, our local field, they actually host what's called Milsim Sunday, which is essentially a skirmish-based Milsim game, to where you have you're split between factions and everything, and you have mini scenarios, but instead of the games running 10 to 15 minutes, they run about 45-minute long objectives. So you get a taste of the medic rules and things like that to kind of get that feel while you're not full blown out on 200 acres dealing with 400 people running around.
And let's be serious, when you're paying that $150, $200 price point for a big event, you're paying for that AO.
Yeah.
You're paying for the venue. Whether it's a prison, whether it's a MOUT training facility on a military base.
It's ESR.
It's costing a lot of money. That's why those big event producers, they're having to charge a lot more money. Mm-hmm. But when you have a local place that's got a big field like here, D-Day Adventure Park, okay? Oh. Okay, how much was their event ticket?
This event ticket was $45 for early bird, and it's $55 for the pre-reg.
So $50,
and we got
$50
just for that.
Now, other event producers have hosted games on D-Day. No bad karma against them. I'm not saying that, okay? But when a venue host owns the land, they're already vested. Yeah. It opens up, and you're allowed to get you could play the same area for a much lower cost. Why wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't there be a lot of local players? Because a big event host is regionally can bring 500-600 people to D-Day. Well, when D-Day does it, and they're getting 200, they should be getting more. I mean, it's $50 compared to $200, for example. It's
Kaiju. Here's what it is. It's basic math, and I'm sure the field owners will sign up in here. At the end of the day, you've got the $150 to $200 ticket price, and you pay it, and you pay for that AO. Well, sometimes that AO is a field. And with the field, you have not only the logistics, the insurance, and everything right there. So there's less prep involved. I mean, yeah, you can play a cool AO. I think it's neat. I would have to justify if I would pay just to hang out at a different place, because it's the same game, just a different location, right? Different map, like if you were doing a video game. But at the end of the day, here's why local fields are getting into it. Because when they close their register at the end of the day, they don't have to pay a producer. And some of these producers, you're finding, if it's not a saturation of dates, you're finding more and more people saying, well, how do I afford my sport? Well, I'll write missions and scenarios. And they dip their hat into it. they don't go big. They start at the local fields and they start working with the local fields and making their mistakes. But once you've seen somebody do it, I'm sure most everybody's walked away going, I could do that.
Yeah.
And make the money. But at the end of the day, the business owner, the store owner, your local field, it's just more, it's financially better to sell a $50 or $70 ticket. You know what I mean? They charge $150 and have to give 60 of it away to somebody that just brought their props in.
Well, and the other side of that is if you're setting up for the $150 to $200 tickets, now you have set your bar to where as soon as somebody is not happy or doesn't agree with one single thing, now they are now it wasn't worth it, and you're getting all this bad mouth. But on hindsight, I said that's the whole reason that we did the $55 ticket prices. For our first year, we want everybody to get their toes wet. We want them to see the awesome vehicles we got. We want them to see all this great stuff that we're putting into it.
Oklahoma D-Day Adventure Park is a bucket list.
Yeah,
absolutely a bucket list.
It is. And before we get to our last couple questions, okay, the mod is going to do their calculations. Okay, because we gotta pick a winner for the gloves because we hit 50. And the mod's got to do the calculations for the hammer comment of the night. So we're gonna do a couple more questions here. But there is a comment. Phil asks, Gus, that's a sweet shirt you're wearing. Where'd you get that shirt?
Right here.
Avery brought in the shirt.
Okay, Avery. Avery's working very hard, guys.
You got it at ValkenAlliance.com.
ValkenAlliance.com.
At the shop.
At the shop.
All profits go straight back into this show.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
Huge budget. Big budget.
With that, with more local folks putting on those local scenario days, they're doing it about once a month. Do you guys, viewers out there, do you guys think once a month is too often for a scenario day for a local field, or do you need some time to recover? Should it be quarterly, or should it be weekly? Should there be like a Milsim Sunday every single week? How often do you think a local field should do scenarios? Put it down in the chat. Weekly, monthly, or quarterly, and let's see what folks have to say about that. How while they're thinking about that, how can fields, a lot of fields maintain. They do a good job at maintaining their client base. What are some ways that they can grow their player base?
I honestly think doing stuff in the sense of, kid-friendly meet and greet type stuff, something that's not necessarily directly airsoft based, that's something more along the lines of a, casual get-together, get some of these parents bringing out their younger kids that have, potentially kids that are old enough to play that don't even know what it is, come out to hang out. Some more publicity, give a little bit more than just the airsoft side of it. I think that would kind of branch out to more viewers and maybe do some more outward marketing with something other than just the airsoft community. If you stay just in your backyard, it's really hard to talk to your neighbors on the next block. You got to find either a new way to branch out, whether that be more of a LARP scenario, start appealing to your cosplay style people that may have never done anything that has to do with airsoft, but hey, they come out and see something cool and decide they want to go cosplay that and actually play the game, and they end up liking it. There's multiple aspects that you could do that would branch you out, that would open you up to other doorways besides just the airsoft and Milsim, paintball, all those communities as a whole, which is still great. We still got a lot of good people coming in, but there's I feel like there's ways you could step out and touch a few more of these groups without really going outside your boundary or really spending a lot of money to do so.
Well, reaching their brand along, how can fields maintain and grow? You do have to go outside your wheelhouse. You have to go to schools and think NARF put it in there, churches and organizations. You have to show and have a marketing budget and some marketing partners that are really reaching out to those and show what airsoft is, that you can have a corporate event there, maybe by appointment only.
You got to stop marketing to other airsofters. You already got that market. You got to market to the moms, to the businesses that want to do team building. I mean, you are spot on.
And you'd be surprised how many, like, you know, some dad hears or his son hears about this, and his dad takes him out to do it one time, and then his dad's like, oh, you know what, give me one of them rental guns. Let's go out here and see real quick. And then now dad's like, you know what, we're doing this.
Oh yeah. Well, and then they become airsofters, and it's organic, but their friends go, hey, why don't you go ride motorcycles with us anymore? Oh, we play airsoft or paintball or whatever it is. But the fields are actually competing with karate classes, weekend football, high school and recreational sports. They're competing with video games. They're competing with all this other stuff that takes up time and money and energy. Yeah. So you're competing with band practice, and I want to play guitar. That's what you're competing with. So airsoft has to be, you know, for the people that go from recreational to that's my life and that's my hobby, you know. I wonder what the statistics, if anyone ever tracks when somebody makes that amalgamation or that change into a consistent player. But you've got to keep your funnel, you've got to keep planting seeds behind you. Because you lose people all the time. You lose people to paintball, you lose people to video games, you lose people to, my wife said we're having another baby, I can't play. Yeah. You'll lose it to a million. But where do they always go? They're local. Yeah. They're going to Google and find the first place to play airsoft.
And to get back to, you know, the question we asked everyone in the chat, you know, how often should local fields host a scenario day? We actually got it's pretty well balanced. You know, Phil says quarterly. Several folks say monthly. Some folks say twice a month. Someone said every other month. You know, let folks recover, because, you know, life happens, and it's, you know, I like the every other month only because when you're the field and you're the game staff, you don't want it to be the same. Yeah. You know, regurgitation every single scenario day. You know, they gotta come up with something fresh or rotate scenarios, and you know, I personally feel like every other month is probably, you know, a good rotation. But
that event by T1, the East versus West, that's actually what they do, and they've set it up to where it's actually a year-long annual event where they do games every other month, but the point spreads from each game is captured until the end of the year. So at the end of the year, you know, your faction, if you're loyal to one side, could lose the first four in a row, and then win the next four and end up winning the war overall at the end of the year, which I thought was a pretty cool little aspect that they added. And, you know, it gives you that time. It's like if you want to do something else in between, you can go and hit some other stuff, and, you know, move around and not be stuck on just that one thing to go every single month. Yeah.
And you do want to get around a little bit. Like, there's Kalamazoo Airsoft of Kalamazoo, Michigan, has it set up like Battlefield, where you get shot, you run over, you hit a button, and they go, tell you the time, and you're fighting. You're like crazy fighting. And that's an indoor place. When you're done, you count the score. If you want a different experience, other fields are doing it different ways. You can go to like TCP Extreme in northern Michigan, like just up the road. Way open, lots of running, lots of getting your legs stretched, really bright, castles and all that stuff. So every place has its own unique flavor. Get out as much as you can and try every one of these fields. Don't bash them, support them, throw them. I mean, what is it, $20?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most fields are about $25 on average.
Have you gone to the movies lately? You know what that costs?
Movies are not cheap. And Train, I'm forwarding a dot matrix printout from our mod 2.0 regarding the hammer comment. I don't understand the computer speak, so if you could translate that. But I was able to translate the winner of the gloves, and I'm pretty sure he gave me two names.
Oh,
Oh. Well, did each one of them get a glove? Is it like
no?
Is it like the Jacksons? They're going to be bonded for life.
Because everybody was so awesome in the chat, but we had a father and son duo in here, Aaron and Bodie Miller.
They're dealers.
Yeah.
From Hazmat.
What?
Mm-hmm. Was that Hazmat?
I don't know. Mohawk Tactical.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So, but Mod speaks.
The Mod speaks.
Aaron and Bodie Miller, they get a pair of kilo gloves.
You got to send me one of them pairs though. They're nice. I want them.
So
have you tried them on yet, Gus?
I actually haven't, but I've seen them and I want them. I got the basic mechanics gloves.
Oh, you'll see them tomorrow.
No. We actually snuck these out at Conflicts 4 in April or May, and we got to play with them, and they had just released. So you can get them at Valken.com. You can have them at line, or you can buy them at your local Valken dealer.
Yep. Valken.com. Hit that shop.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
pound
local
to
dealer.
pound,
Local
these
dealers.
gloves are awesome. These gloves are like the perfect price point.
Yeah, so Aaron and Bodie Miller, if you haven't done so already, go to ValkenAlliance.com, click on the Join tab. It says Join, sign up for the Valken Alliance. That way, we'll have your address so we can ship them to you. I will personally reach out to both of you to get your color and size, black, olive, or tan, and your size. And we do have a sizing chart.
Go with tan.
Green. As Woodcock would always say, green is better.
Black goes with everything.
Woodcock is green, 100% all the way. He will say green all the way. So, Train, were you able to translate who the hammer comment winner?
Where was it in the teleprompter?
Oh my gosh.
I can't see. I know the last time it was Pittman, and then it was Javier. Javier was the last one I heard.
Let's see here. Man, there was just so many tonight.
The chat will tell you this. The chat room is a place to be on a Thursday night. You guys really give yourselves smash the like button for everybody watching the show in the chat.
I'm smashing the like.
Nuts.
Pick up your phone. Smash the like button. You have your phone right there. The like button.
Doing it for you. There you go.
Video game hands kicking in. Get it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh lordy.
We'll have to go through. Maybe we can just do it after the show and just find out what it was.
Yep. There's just so many comments flying by, and I think that's we're at over 800 comments.
Who would have knew that me screwing up the cue cards?
I think you folks overloaded Mod 2.0. We're gonna have to do a firmware upgrade on Mod 2.0.
I think Mod he crashed the software with the pronunciation, when he said, hey, Waxahachie, Texas, we're doing Operation Battle Giant, and it, just like Siri, I'm looking at our Mod AI, and it said, do you mean turn left at the rhinoceros nipples? I mean, it's
Jeff Murphy.
You had him fooled.
Jeff Murphy.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Jeff Murphy, come see me this weekend. And I got something for you. Jeff Murphy. I'm talking to you, Jeff Murphy.
I'm never going to live this down. I can't.
James Armstrong, are we raffling Gus or what?
I mean, if we would have hit 100, I'd took my shirt off for y'all. I'm just saying. I mean.
Okay, all right, okay. Settle down.
Hey, what's that big game in Florida again?
If you would like to see this show in all of its glorious stuff, if you tuned in late, if you're on the road, and if you're not watching live, you can always check it back on Facebook, or it'll be uploaded and archived as the Valken Debrief. It's got its own playlist there, show 54, on youtube.com/Valken Video. You can watch us whenever you want. Right?
Do you know William Moffett?
I do. Bill Moffett is from a team out of the Midwest.
Why do they call it almond milk? They can't call it nut juice.
Why do we even do the show? We should be hanging out in the chat. That is like where everybody cool is.
Oh my goodness.
You're pretty
Oh my
cool,
goodness.
A-Train.
I appreciate it. I'm paid to be cool.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
thank you very much
Stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night too.
for everyone watching out there. Train did a great job of, sending us out. Share the show. If you missed it, if you just came in on the tail end, you can go back, watch it, once we end. Or we post every episode on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Valken Video. You can catch the Valken Core live show with Andrew A. Holm, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Core. Woo-hoo. Or you can check out the Valken Debrief playlist.
Give me a Ric Flair. Woo!
Woo! With myself, the Kaiju, and Darth Valken, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. But Train, thank you so much for taking.
You're very welcome. It's so glad to be here. And again, congratulations. Keep the show up. And for everybody that supports the show, we tip our hat to you. It's really a great show.
So, good night, everyone. We will see you back next week.
Take it easy, Train.
See you, brother.
Hey, it's Kaiju. I'm the Supreme Commander. That's what I am.